Hey guys, welcome back to RV Rockstar. I'm Chris Rohde from National RV Detroit in Belleville, Michigan. I'm gonna do a walk around on this Salem real quick. I'll give you the information here in a second. Appreciate your business, and we'll get started on the walk around, okay? As always, I always like to start at the front, right guys? This is a 2021 263 BH XL, all right? And then give you a little information there. I always like to start the front. You have your electric tongue jack on there. You have your electric tongue jack. Let's see if this will work. First time I'm setting the camera down to see if it'll work. So you can get it up or down. This right here is your manual override. So if the jack malfunctions for any reason, you can remove this cap, stick the crank handle on there, crank it up or crank it down so that your jack works properly. You have a little lid on the top of your propane tanks so you can gain access, so you can turn your bottles on and off. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Makes life a little easier for you. Hopefully you guys can see this. You have a chain corral on the, let's call it the driver's side, and you can leak your chains onto here. And also there's a spot to store your 7-way. Makes it a lot easier so you're not setting the jack down on your cables, breaking or cracking your 7-round plug, or dragging your chains. So it's very nice. Most RV manufacturers don't give you this. This is fairly new. Very cool feature. So this plug, 7-round, just goes in here and it stores. So when you put it in storage, you're not breaking it or stepping around in and on it. And then you have your plug on the for the foot on the bottom of your jack, so that you can actually move that if you need to. Let's see if I can show you that corral on this side. Get you a little close up on it. So you can put your 7-round in there and hook your chains to it. Move into your, down below here, below your battery, you have your battery disconnect switch. And you can see the back ends of those yellow. That's your JT strong arms, which I'll do my best to show you how to use. I have a JT strong arm video on my channel, my YouTube channel. Go to RV Rockstar and you can actually watch me operate the JB strong arms with leveling jacks with a drill, okay, to put those jacks up or down. On your door side, you have a Furrion Furrion solar panel prep. So if you want to plug in a solar panel, you can do that by hooking it up to that. I always recommend you downloading the Lippert app onto your phone so it can give you information about the products in your camper, okay? You have the new step. You always want to make sure the door is all the way open when operating this step. It's going to be a little difficult for me to do one-handed, but I will attempt it. So you want to make sure that the door is all the way open and lift up on the step. And as you watch, if the door is open just a little bit, that'll catch. So you want to make sure that that's flush, sits all the way back. And then you guys got the new step. So this little tab right here drops your legs. See that? So that way you can drop your legs so they don't damage anything inside. And then they adapt to the terrain. So if you're on unlevel terrain, that gives you better, so you can adjust the step properly so you can you don't damage your door frame. You got your freshwater tank fill, so if you're going to bring water with you and use your water pump, you'll fill up right here. That's just to the left of your door. Underneath, if I don't fall down, is a LP quick connect hookup for propane that runs off your propane bottles on the front. And to the left of that little white valve right there is your freshwater tank drain. It's one of the better drains on the market, if not the best right now, so you can drain your freshwater tank quick. And then it gives you a little tells you where it's at. And then you have little outside entertainment, or what do you want to call it, outside kitchen, never chill outside refrigerator. Remember, it's 110, so it's not going to work when you're going down the road. And then that's where your grill to plug into your quick connect. Moving along, you got your outside 110 outlets. You have a spigot for freshwater, cold freshwater, and then an outside hookup for cable or satellite. To the left of that is your furnace exhaust, which it's nice and hot and running. See if we can't move around. Keeping it going here. The sun's messing with it a little bit. So you got your spare tire. To the left of your spare tire, you have your Blackwater tank flush. Just up above that is your city water connection for constant pressure to your sink, shower, and toilet. And I recommend you get a pressure regulator. You don't want to put any more than 60 psi through your water system, so make sure you invest in a pressure regulator. There's your cable and satellite connection to hook it up. I'll zoom in on that stuff for you. Blackwater tank flush, city water connection, and your satellite and cable hookup. It's prepped from the factory for a backup camera. Your dump station is right here. 2 gray water valves, and then you have your black water valve off on the bottom there. Black handles, black toilet water, and then the gray handles are your dirty water, right? Hot water tank. You don't want to leave water in there. Make sure you pull the plug. This hot water tank is a steel hot water tank, so you're gonna want to replace your anal rod once a year, which is this guy right here. You'll replace that once a season, or if you use a lot of water, you may replace it twice a year. It eats the minerals on the inside so your plug doesn't rust inside out. And then you have a couple reset buttons right here if the hot water tank doesn't light. Again, always read your owner's manuals about your product and about your components that you have inside here. And on my RV Rockstar channel, I always like to try to post videos about specific hot water heaters and stuff, so you can always log on and check out my videos. I'm one-handed, so I'll come back and fix this. You got your 30 amp power cord. It's about 20 feet, 30 amps. So make sure you're plugging in the 30 amps, not to 220. 110, 30 amp power cord. Another view of your JB Strong Arms. I'm trying to do a on into the inside of your RV. Your salesperson's in there. Tony's checking it out for you. So right when you walk in the RV, you have right to the left of the door your buttons. You got your slide out button and awning button. Okay, so I'm not going to move the slide in the whole way, but just give you an idea. So you know she works. Pretty nice. And then back to your button. So your awning button, if you get a label maker, it makes it a little easier. You can label awning right here and slide out right here. But they do label your hot water tank buttons. So this one is hot water. There's your water pump button. That's your hot water tank on gas. When you turn this button on, you'll get a red indicator light where it says FLT. That's your fault light. So the light will come on, then the light will go off. And you want the light to stay off. So that's letting you know that your hot water tank's lit. So when the light stays off, your hot water tank's lit. So if you look up there on that fault light and you see a red light, that means your hot water tank didn't light for some reason. Check your propane and your power. So this tells you how full your battery is. This tells you how full your black water tank is, freshwater tank, gray water tanks, and then you have your outside LED light and some inside lights switches. Okay, so moving around, I'm just going to keep going. You always got your safety devices. I always like to point those out when you come inside the RV. You got your fire extinguisher when you're standing inside the coach, directly to the right. And then you're going to have your LP detector and CO detector right here on the floor, which is hardwired into your coach. So make sure that battery disconnect I showed you on the front, you want to turn that off so you don't come back to a dead battery when it's in for storage. All right. And just up above your LP detector there, you have your thermostat, and it says heat, right, for furnace, and it'll say cool for air conditioner. But this bar is your mode button, and then the arrows is your temperature buttons. Since I'm back here, I'm going to show you the bathroom a little bit. In the kids' bunk areas, you got these USB ports. Very fancy, so they can plug their tablets in or phones, keep them occupied and busy. And then below the bottom bunk is your converter. Okay, so don't be nervous if the kids hear a fan kick on. That just means that the converter's cooling off. So you got your breakers and your fuses right here. So laying on this bottom bunk, the fan comes on periodically. Okay, so that's normal. So if you have a 12-volt issue, you're going to replace the fuse on the right. If you have a 110 issue, you'll reset the breaker on the left. And always remember, if you can log on to RV Rockstar on my YouTube channel, you can put a question down below and I will answer it, okay? Fireplace is running. Remember, that's 5200 BTUs of electric heat. You have a Bluetooth radio. And then you have a option to install a Wi-Fi extender, which is right there. And that's where you can mount your television. Now in this coach, you have the 12-volt Everchill refrigerator. I'm going to try and put this down again. Hopefully it works. Hopefully you're getting me. So in the Everchill, it's 12 volt only. So I'm going to demonstrate how to shut this off properly. Most folks don't know how to do it. So what you're going to do is hold this button down, hold it for about 5 seconds, and it shuts the refrigerator off. Now what happens is now you're going to shut the door, okay? Door's shut. I'm simulating that by pushing in on this light button, okay? So understand, it's off right now. It's not running on 12 volt. It won't kill your battery. As soon as I let up on this button, your refrigerator will turn back on. So if you open the door, right, for any reason, to see if you turned it off or whatever, it automatically turns the fridge back on. So you need to leave the door shut. And if you do open the door for any reason, you'll have to hold the button down again for 5 seconds to shut the refrigerator off. That's just how they designed it for the 12 volt Everchill refrigerator. Very efficient, works really well, but it runs off your battery. And then this is your travel lock. You have your oven and stove. This little button right here shuts off the lights, turns on the lights, and then I'm gonna light one of your burners for you so you know how it works. You're gonna turn this to on, push in, turn it to high, and then hit your igniter. Pretty simple. This just is your igniter, okay? Got your range hood and microwave. So I'll give a little inside your bedroom look a little bit real quick. You got some USB charging ports on either side. And that's it, you guys. If you have any questions, put them in the link below, or you can give me a call at National RV Center Detroit. I'm Chris Rohde from National RV Rockstar.